Hello everyone and welcome back to my US Diary official YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bill Spencer covenanting to go after Grace Buckingham. Lee Finnegan explains to Sheila Carter Sharp, Nick Marone proposes while Taylor Hayes tries to inhibit Ridge Forrester. Nick has an engagement ring box. He pops it open and makes Brooke Logan's jaw drop. The shipman pleads with Brooke that it doesn't have to be over for them. It could just be the morning, if Brooke can accept the offer, however. Brooke will have a tough decision to make. After all, Ridge did deliver her from drowning. At the same time, Taylor isn't going to let Ridge go veritably fluently. That brings us to our coming point, Taylor. Taylor tries to inhibit Ridge from reuniting with Brooke. The psychiatrist says that Brooke has a future, but it's not with her fiancé. She adds that she isn't taking her ring off. Ridge isn't smiling, he seems to feel heavy. We will see what Ridge decides about all of this. Sheila has set about what Lee is over to. It's not at all what Sheila allowed. Lee isn't on medicines, she's intimately nursing Luna Nozawa back to health. Sheila wants to know why Lee saved her granddaughter. Lee will presumably explain that Poppy Nozawa being glad Luna was dead was a turning point for Lee. Rather of judging Luna, she now realizes the youthful woman no way had a chance with Poppy as her mama. At the same time, there comes a time when a person is just who they are and beyond metamorphosis. Bill Spencer returns to the house after visiting Katie Logan at Forrester Creations. Once Bill gets home, he'll learn of another stunner. Bill swears to make Grace pay when Hope Logan and Liam Spencer inform him about the croaker's devious sin. Lee Finnegan owes Sheila Carter Sharp an explanation. Bill Spencer vows to make Grace Buckingham suffer. Lee didn't plan on anyone chancing out her secret. Still, Sheila discovered that it was a slow Luna Nozawa behind that curtain. At first, Sheila will be overjoyed that her granddaughter is alive. After the shock dissipates, anticipate Sheila to demand answers from Lee. Sheila asks the good croaker why she saved Luna. After all, Lee wasn't shy about hiding her misprision and distrust of Luna. After Sheila gets the intel, Lee might put her in an insolvable situation. There's no way anyone will understand Lee doing this for Luna. Especially after everything that the youthful woman has done to Lee's loved bones. So, Lee is going to ask that Sheila keep Luna being alive a secret. At least, for the time being. That will put Sheila in a tough moral dilemma. The one person that she generally turns to see ain't know Luna is alive. Deacon Sharp blows up anytime Luna's name is indeed mentioned. So, what will Sheila decide? Liam Spencer and Hope Logan are still shell-shocked when Bill Spencer arrives home. Liam incontinently rants to his father about Grace's concession. Bill will want his own vengeance. It would be easy to see Bill ask where Grace is now. When Hope and Liam explain that Finn Finnegan took Grace to the police station, Bill could try to catch up with them. It would be just like the cleaner to have Finn get an exigency phone call from the sanitarium and have to go. Bill would offer to hand Grace over to the Bobbies, only to have her vanish. It seems that Bill is in his fix-it phase. Recently, it seems that Bill tries to reform and fix damaged people. On the other hand, this could be the last straw for Bill. Is it possible that Grace's scheme will turn Bill back into the revengeful villain we all know and love? Grace confesses. Sheila Carter finds Luna Nozawa. Lee Finnegan is indicted of being on medicines. Finn Finnegan standing next to her, Grace admits Liam no way had a excrescence. Hope and Liam mouths fall open. They're misreading, so Grace just smiles at Finn. Pounds continues gushing about Grace being a saint. This is making her sense shamefaced. Finn tells Liam to stop talking and let Grace make her statement about the brain excrescence. Grace says she did commodity. The reviews took longer than they should have. She changed the brain reviews. The croaker is shamed, but Liam is confused. Hope is confused, too. The excrescence was no way there, Grace blurts out. Liam is shocked. He no way had cancer? Those were real. Liam says he did have brain cancer. Grace says there was no way any excrescence. Hope brings up the operation. The croaker says she just made it look like she performed surgery. Liam shows her the lacerations. Finn clarifies that the lacerations were small. Hope demands to know how nothing caught this. The conventions caused Liam's symptoms so Grace could cure him. The case wants to know why Grace would do that. Hope razzies and brings up a million reasons. Everyone freezes for a many moments. Also, Liam tries to attack Grace. Finn stops him as Grace jumps back. Finn is floundering to stop Liam from tearing Grace piecemeal. The croaker starts to cry as if she's the victim. Hope cries and holds Liam as he has a revengeful light in his eyes. Liam tells Grace not to start with her shamed speech. She scarified Liam and put his family through hell. Grace says it's because of Reese. He owed goons a lot of plutocrat and so they came after her. They hovered Paris and Zoe. Grace brings up Hope's children. Liam calls it highway robbery. Hope goes up to the croaker and slaps her. Hope says first Reese, now her. You're sick. Liam says Grace burgled him and his family of months of their lives. Grace says she's going to turn herself in. Finn will tell them everything after he takes Grace to the police station. Katie and Bill talk about Ridge delivering Brooke. The brunette brings up Liam. Bill credits Grace as an idol. It was worth every bone. Bill says. That makes Katie look confused. Bill explains that's what the treatment cost. And he'd have paid further to save Liam. Katie thinks it's all kind of strange. Bill knows he can't make up for getting Luna out of captivity. As if Liam's cancer was ain't enough. Also, Grace offered a phenomenon. Sheila asks why Lee has all the medical inventories if she's on leave from the sanitarium. The waitress begs for the position of Luna's remains. Lee says she doesn't have time for this and leaves with her bag of medicines. Sheila trips following Lee and stops, realizing it's a bottle of capsules. Sheila looks at the drug and thinks to herself. Lee is sitting with a slow Luna. There's a knock on the door. Lee asks who it's and Sheila uses a fake voice to say, delivery. The croaker didn't order anything. Sheila gets her to open the door, but she hides Luna behind a curtain. Sheila tries to force her way in when Luna cracks open the door. Sheila keeps pushing and knows what Lee has done and tells her so. Lee won't let her in. Sheila takes out the capsules and claims she needs those. She's grieving for Luna. Sheila has the fully wrong idea. Lee, medicines aren't the answer. The croaker denies being on medicines, but Sheila insists on talking. Lee asks her to go and Sheila agrees, also shoves the door open and gets outside. What's going on? While her heart might be in the right place, as a croaker, it's surprising that she still has her medical license at this point. It wasn't too long ago that she hid the fact that Finn was alive when everyone assumed that he was dead, and she's now doing the same thing with her bastard, Luna. While it might be applaudable that she wants to give Luna an alternate chance at life in the expedience that she can redeem herself, she's also giving everyone the false print that this killer is dead. Lee floundering to keep her secret, Will and Elektra enjoying a drama-free day, and Brooke walking into the evening with her new man. Brooke reached her breaking point and walked down from Ridge. Being in Italy with him was too important and too hard. She informed him that since he's engaged to Taylor that she's going to run off with Nick and pretend she no way met him. Ridge tried to reason with Brooke and prayed her to at least stick around for the events. But Brooke was having it. She was tired of Ridge pushing her away. She was tired of watching him with another woman. Brooke wasn't doing any of it anymore, however, fine, but she wasn't going to stay around for him to change his mind presently, if Ridge doesn't want her presently. Nick was offering her the world and she was eventually ready to take him up on the offer. Eric demanded Nick leave incontinently. Nick wasn't going anywhere, however. He indicted Eric of setting up this trip to try to manipulate Ridge and Brooke, which infuriated Eric to no end. After Eric stormed off, Nick set his sights on Brooke and ran down to the sundeck to get between her and Ridge. Obviously, Ridge didn't like that veritably important and told Nick to leave. Rather, Nick offered Brooke his hand and asked her to choose. In the end, Brooke seized onto Nick and walked off with him into the evening. Electra pictured of the day she'd be the one in Italy. Will wanted that for her too and mentioned she merited it further than Brooke since she's a forester. He also suggested she model for the company. Electra laughed off the suggestion. She's a developer, not a model, silly. They talked about Luna and how thankful they're to no way have to deal with her again. They lived through enough of her trauma and troubles and chaos. They were glad everyone made it out alive. Electra did feel bad that Luna lost her life, but Will did not. Luna made her bed and now she gets to lie in it ever. Sheila prayed for the details on Luna's final resting place. She demanded to get check and have a place to find solace over Luna's loss. The further fugitive Lee came, the further Sheila pushed. Lee came so frustrated she blurted out that there was nothing Sheila could do for Luna presently. As we can imagine, alarm bells chimed after hearing that strange and curious wording. Sheila reminded Lee that they're both Luna's grandmothers and they each earn a change to say farewell to her. Lee baffled and demanded Sheila back out. Also, she stormed off without indeed grabbing her takeout. The whole battle made her lose her appetite, she claimed. Cleric saw her run off and asked his woman what that was each about. Sheila streamlined Cleric about Lee's dispassionateness and turned down to answer any of her questions. Deacon wondered if it was just guilt and grief, but Sheila wasn't so sure. It felt like further. Sheila can't put her cutlet on it, but her gut is telling her commodity is veritably out with Lee. While she can understand how everyone feels about Luna and her murder-inclined ways, Sheila loved her and just wants to ensure she's resting in peace. Luna remained unconscious. Lee took to her bedside and prayed her to open her eyes. She disregarded about minding for Luna as a child when she came for visits. She used to be such a sweet child and Lee was sure they could reverse the wrong, if only she'd come back to her.